also, the labor is pretty much close to free. Like, you're there working for what, $10 a week, I believe it was. So, it was
Like
pretty
literally slave wages.
yeah, and it's strenuous work. It's not like something where it's like, all right,
All courtesy of the broken 13th Amendment, which
Yep.
did not illegalize slavery, but relegated it to people who have been caught up in the net of incarceration. Slavery is legal in America. Repeat that to yourself every day until you really grok it.
Right.
This is not, we don't live in a world, or a country at least, where slavery is not still the law of the land. I mean,
Right.
it's still the law of the land.
like it's terrible in there. The food. This is pretty startling to me because when I went in there, all right, and I ate my first meal, the first thing that came into my head is, I feel like I ate this in elementary school or high school. I don't know if they, it's the same company, but that food that's in there tastes like, school food. And it's unfortunate because it's like, sheesh, it's kind of a similar system in there too. It's like school, like, I don't want to talk bad about school. I feel like you should go to, go to elementary school, go to middle school, go to high school, college, of course. I'm not kind of, but, the whole social system of that is similar to prison because you have your groups.
The school to prison pipeline.
Yep.
Yeah.
You have your groups. You have people who bully you, who take goods from you. Like, you have people who's talking down on you, some of the teachers. You have teachers that will tell you straight up, you're not going to make it the way that you're acting. I understand the honesty, but I feel like if someone's brain is developing, they need somebody to push them, not attack them. So, like, yeah.
So I just did a quick little search, and actually there are some companies that are providing food both to prisons and to schools.
Oh,
So that basically
God.
tells you that the school to prison pipeline is become entrenched not only in, ideologically speaking, kind of treating students in public schools like they're prisoners, but also they're getting some of the same amenities, as it were. Yeah, it's really a bad situation, and it's definitely like, institutionalizing American youth from a young age, and obviously everything that happens to the poor happens to black and brown kids first and foremost, and more. Though it does happen to any poor people, that's one of the big things. There does need to be class unity. This is sort of a tangent, but often there's talk of class reductionism, which is just saying that, race is not important, only class is important. And some people who believe that only race is important. And both are wrong, right?
Yeah.
Because it has to be, you have to discuss things intersectionally, because being poor and white in this country is not easy, right? Being poor and white in this country is a mess. Right. And the stories that you hear coming out of, I don't want to name any particular place, but I'm sure the stories of how opioids, for example, are ravaging poor white communities right now. And there's a number of ways in which we can just list, how things are awful for poor white people. So that has to be said. However, those same things are happening to black and brown and indigenous kids.
Yes.
But you add to the poverty also the institutional racism, which literally built the country. There's no way around acknowledging those things. And neither conversation should be used to shut down the other, but they should be linked because they are inextricably linked. Any discussion of this has to understand that capitalism is the main problem.